How many of you here have seen the memes and the stereotypes about the left, where when you imagine a woman who's like a lefty, like a radical lefty, generally what most people think of is like, I don't know. Let's Google SJW feminist and see what comes up. Usually this is what comes up. Rebecca Sugar is pretty cute, to be fair, but generally this is like what people imagine. Plenty of you may think that this general aesthetic is attractive. Some of the ladies here are pretty attractive. However, generally, most people don't. And unfortunately, reactionaries, particularly in the online space, have done a lot to stigmatize this idea that the left and leftist women are unattractive. Which, I should clarify, means literally nothing in terms of arguments or actual philosophy or or the validity of the beliefs of the left. However, something has happened. A brave woman on Twitter by the name of Punished Melanie has assembled a team, the leftist Avengers, you could say, in order to fight back against this narrative. The narrative that lefty women are all super sensitive, not attractive, and all those things. And formed a team to combat what's her name? Caitlin Bennett, the gun girl. And she made a collage. A collage of 4 people. You have, I think her name on Twitter is Merrick. She follows me. I think she's a sex worker. She's pretty hot. Has guns. Communist. Pretty good. I think we all know who Ash Coffin is. Probably the person who is most likely to steal my girlfriend from me. Because my girlfriend constantly talks about how hot Ash Coffin is. Big booby, posts a lot on Twitter. Lefty, likes guns. Cool. I know who this is. I think she follows me. They follow me. I think she. I don't know. They follow me. Likes guns. Is posing with a gun in this picture. This lady's also posing with a gun in this picture. Pretty attractive and communist. Cool. And then Shoe on Head, who recently posted not recently. It was like a couple weeks ago. A kind of a thirst trap picture. Doesn't have a gun or anything in this picture, but is kind of a lefty, like a sock dem, you know, and also fairly attractive. So this 19-year-old lesbian lefty on Twitter put together this collage of women who are lefties that like guns, who she finds attractive, and this tweet went a little bit viral. A little bit viral. For lefty Twitter, like nearly 5,000 likes is pretty damn viral. Does Shu like guns? I'm pretty sure Shu likes guns. Shu is pro-gun. Okay, I'm pretty sure she likes guns. Based. So, she put together this collage. Very cool, very nice meme. Love people going out there and combating the narrative that lefty women can't be attractive. It's a very unfortunate stereotype that's just not very true. However, who do you think would be mad about this? Would it be right-wing reactionaries who disagree with this take and say, well, actually, they're outliers in the general, look, Would you think it would be those? Would you think it would be Sargonites? Sargon fans? You know, Carl Gon of Assmad, who's mad about Shoe on Head at the moment? No. It's lefties that are mad about this. And they're fucking mad. I collected 3 screenshots just before starting stream. There's many more you can find. In fact, excuse me. If any of you in chat happen to stumble across any more of these Twitter posts, I would love to see more of them. These were just 3 of them that I found like in the 5 seconds I searched just before starting stream. We got one right here. This is an interesting one. So a lot of people who were it was lefties. Lefties are the ones that are getting mad about it. And I should say CIA agents, but let's be honest, the left is pretty neurotic and fucking crazy online a lot of the time. So yeah, I buy it. I buy that actual dumb fuck lefties would say this kind of shit. To a 19-year-old lesbian girl on Twitter who just made a collage of hot women she finds attractive who happen to be lefties and like guns. Like, I wouldn't be surprised that they would get mad about that, and because they are so terminally online, feel the need to express how mad they are in Twitter posts. So let's go ahead and check it out. Oh yeah, and a lot of these people were being accused of sex negativity, of which they are being sex negative. Let's go ahead and see. I don't think it's sex negativity to be weirded out by grossly exaggerated feminine, in quotes, features, especially when it's constantly being shoved down the throats of anyone who's gender non-conforming femme-leaning. It can be very off-putting. Now, let's put aside the odd contradiction in the tweet itself, where they like put feminine in quotes and then say femme-leaning later? Okay. Exaggerated feminine features. I'll give you that with Ash Coffin, though I don't think you can say it's exaggerated. We're not talking about art here. We're not talking about a video game character. We're talking about a real person who exists. You're shaming an actual person who was born and grew up on Earth and exists in the real world. This isn't some, like, horny white artist dude who drew up some, like, attractive female character, and you're shaming the presentation of that female character. You're shaming a person's actual body type right now. And I would argue the only one with exaggerated female features here, if you could even call it that, is Ash, because she's kind of busty. I think we all know, alright? Like, they're good-looking, but I wouldn't go as far as to say they're exaggerated. Not to mention, like, there are plenty of gender non-conforming people who look like this. You know that, right? There are literally plenty of gender non-conforming people that look like this. And if you don't look like this, that's fine. That is completely okay. That's fine. You don't have to look like this to be valid as a woman, okay? That is completely okay. Just a Twitter post. Simmer down, calm down, relax, take a deep breath, drink some orange juice, have a cookie, watch my stream. Okay? I hear that anybody who subs to me, their dick nearly doubles in size within a month. I've only heard rumors. I can't guarantee it's true, but, you know, I've heard a lot. But simmer down, okay? It ain't that bad, okay? Not to sound weird, and I could be wrong, but doesn't it present a problem that they're all white-presenting women, and that's the standard of beauty being perpetuated by this? I understand taking a progressive analysis of media and examining how and in what ways it may reinforce certain stereotypes or societal norms. That's completely fine. I understand that. However, big however, this isn't media. This is a Twitter post by some random girl on Twitter, who, yes, I follow and does follow me, who's gay and just thinks that they're hot and made a collage. This isn't the media, just one person who made a meme. That's it. That is completely it. Also, I understand. They're white. Who gives a shit? Okay? There are plenty of non-white, hot, lefty girls on Twitter. That's absolutely true. Alright? If you want to put that out there, make your own collage of non-white lefty girls and post that. Why not just do that? Go ahead. Do it with hot lefty dudes. Put Hassan in there. Put me in there. Put Vosh in there. Put all the attractive lefty dudes. Put them in there, okay? Make something like that, alright? That's fine. Go ahead and do something like that. Not me. Actually, you're right. I'm not very hot. But regardless, yeah. Do whatever you like. But don't... Like I said before, this isn't like a draw... These aren't like animated, like, fictional characters that were made by some, like, white dude who's like, horny. These are actual people who exist. If you shame... You're just shaming actual people who exist, ironically, for being too hot, I guess? I don't know. It's so fucking strange. All right, let's move on to the last one, okay? Because I don't know how many more of these I could handle. If you guys have more links, I might check them out, But gender non-conforming people and feminine people don't exist in the same space. The online left is objectified and pit these four women on a pedestal. Obviously, we are grossed out by it. They would not have this much clout without creepy leftist men. This one is the most insulting to me personally, because for one, the online left hasn't objectified any of these people. Okay? The online left is where you're going to find probably the least objectification of women, generally speaking. I mean, it's the left. Also, this is the person who made it. A woman who's a lesbian. This wasn't made by a man. So that's a little homophobic. And secondly, they would not have this much clout without creepy leftist men. So I realized something just now, reading that. That sounds familiar, doesn't it? Especially since Seanhead is on here. What if Christy Winters and Kevin Logan, those two fucking, like, bottom feeders, what have they said about Seanhead that is ironically extremely sexist for the longest time? What have they been saying about Seanhead? They've said for the longest time that Seanhead would not have an audience or do as well as she does if she only does as well as she does because she's cute and puts her face or whatever in the thumbnail. And that's the only reason why she has a lot of views. Which is pretty misogynistic, if we're being completely honest. These two people are, like, fairly popular on Twitter. This woman, I believe, is a sex worker. I follow her. I'm pretty sure she does. But like these two aren't like super massive, like, online figures. The only huge online figures here are like Ash Coffin and Shu. And Shu's the largest one here, without a doubt. Ash Coffin has a YouTube channel and was or is, I'm not really sure, in a relationship with Peter Coffin, who's also a fairly prominent Breadtuber. And she makes her own videos from time to time and also features on some podcasts and stuff like that and has a fairly large Twitter presence. Now, does she post thirst traps a lot? Duh. But is that the only reason why she has any popularity? Probably not. Let's be honest. It is unironically sexist to try to say that the only reason that these four people have as much clout as they do, or have any platform whatsoever, is because leftist men are horny and objectify them. This is unironically when you're so woke you become a reactionary. unironically, this is horseshoe. We've gone full horseshoe theory here. Like here on the horse. Hold on. I'm going to buy a drawing tablet one day just for me to do fucking paint presentations. Okay. All right. Here I'm gonna demonstrate it artistically. Okay. So right here, you have the line that represents hot women bad. All right? That's what this line represents. And then you have the middle area, which is just I don't care. Okay? That's what you've got here. And we're talking about people's general political beliefs, okay, when it comes to online discourse. Then you have I don't care. And then you have another line. And this line represents hot women good. Okay? This is the line. All right? Now here's the true horseshoe theory. So here you have reactionaries, okay? Reactionaries who bitch about women having OnlyFans and call any dude who likes women a simp. All those types of things, right? You know what I'm talking about? Twitch thoughts, ree! All that kind of shit. Right here's where you have that. And then as you move further to the left, I know ironically enough the line's moving right, but imagine the right side of the screen is the left, and the left side of the screen is the right, okay? That's what this is. As you move further left, you get more into the I don't care territory. And then once you get into the very left, okay, like peak left, apex left, where I am, you get to hot women good, okay? And for the most part, the left is hot women good. But then towards the end, you start to drop down again to hot women bad again. And that's where these people are right now. They've unironically dropped to hot women bad. They've done the full horseshoe. It's horseshoe theory. It's happened. Horseshoe theory is in fact true, but only in this one situation. It's pretty ironic if you ask me. But that aside, this is another example of the left really pissing me off. Really, really pissing me off. Because anytime there's some sort of contingent within the left that tries to market itself, I should say, to like the general public and to normies, a bunch of lefties get mad about it because they want the left to be this like non-inclusive towards like other people, like not towards like certain racial or ethnic minorities. And some people don't want white people to be part of the left, but that's a whole nother can of worms. They don't want the left to be inclusive to those that aren't already on the left. They want to be a special little club so they can feel special and like they're above everybody else. But no, it's not how political movements win. You win by pulling people over. And countering the right-wing narrative that people on the left are ugly is kind of a good way to go about that. Yeah. Or it's literally COINTELPRO. Possibly. That could be it. Lone Cat, did you just @Vosh me? Did you just @Vosh me? I love my fans. I really do. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Drop a fucking sub.